Okay, let's hope the second time this works. Okay, so this is Mackenzie and this is my travel guide. I'm first starting off with my theme. So my theme kind of was just kind of a relaxed traveling guide, kind of just for like any person to pick up and like get an understanding of how to travel Peru. So like I wanted it to be simple because I don't think traveling should be difficult. And because my audience was 25 to 35-year-old females who are just looking for an adventure, so it was kind of like how to travel the fastest and efficientest way possible. So I went very simple, very um, easy to understand. Um, so this is my cover, kind of just simple traveling Peru with the teasers. I don't know what happened here. I don't know if there's like a glitch or if the overlapping didn't work or something, but I didn't notice that until it got put into a PDF form. So that's my first page. This is my welcome letter. Um, I kind of wanted something kind of very basic where to go. So like think of it as like a table of contents for Peru, like where should I go? Kind of giving us an idea of like where this travel guide is going to take us. And then just over here having like a little introduction about like, hey, come here. I have my infograph, which I like. I like my infograph. I like the fact that the must knows kind of go into the white, and I like my color theme. I think it's very, um, like I said, I'm gonna say simple so much, but I didn't want anything too bright or too bold. My history timeline, that is that. We'll get to that because I'm pretty sure it's going to be my least favorite layout, but I'm going to kind of look at these all and think kind of hard which one's my least favorite. But I had a hard time like choosing 5 good events and then finding 5 photos that were good to like align with that. And then we're going to talk about like what if knowing what I know now. We're going to talk about that in a second. But this is my attractions, and so I had a separate map for my attractions and landmarks just because I didn't want it to be too, like, I didn't want to have like another like dot there and too close to the other one, and I just wanted it to be very, simple, like I've already said a million times, but very easy to read. Um, and I have like, the dots go here, and then like there's a picture aligning to like where they're traveling or where they're gonna go see. So like I said, I have the same thing for landmarks just because I wanted to separate the two and make it so it's easy to understand and read, and then like so people could understand like what it looks like that they're gonna be traveling to. Top 10 coffees. That was my top 10. I don't really like this page just because I feel like there's a lot of information about coffee on it. My philosophy is there's a coffee for everybody. So a lot of these coffees I put in there are different coffees that I think somebody out there can like. Because I don't think when people say I don't like coffee, you just don't know what coffee you like. My philosophy. So if anyone remembers, my entertainment and recreation were all on one page. So it was like entertainment right here and like recreation right here. And there was just a lot of information, a lot of pictures on like one page. So it was a lot to see, a lot to read. So I separated them. Just because I just didn't want people to be like, oh my god, there's so many words in it. I'm just gonna skip it. When there's a lot of good information in it. So I had a lot of fun, I had a lot of fun with that. And again, recreation, like the same thing. It's same as my entertainment. I kind of wanted the simple repeating factor just because I didn't want things to like be like, oh my god, that's not what I would have thought would have been on the next page. Restaurants. So I didn't really care for my restaurants page just because. So finding free images to use that co-align to the food I'm trying to show was a lot harder than I thought it would be. Like, I couldn't find good images of food that were free to use and, were good quality images. This is probably my favorite layout because I like the theme. I like the coloring. I like this, like I said, simple thing of just like having the information on the side of like what hotel and like their address and their website if you wanted to like go to their website. But yeah. I liked my amenities. I liked the banner. I had a lot of fun with that. So that was probably my favorite layout. So I'm thinking which my least favorite is. And I think it would honestly be my history. I mean, I think it's redeemable. I think with a little work and a little magic, it could be better. I think my biggest dislike about it is, I guess, the style of it. Because it's like do and do and do. And I don't care for that. But I like I said, I think it could be redeemed if I would have went back and did it. But I guess getting back to the whole thing of like knowing what I know now, what would I have done differently? I would have probably put every single thing on its own page. And because I think I could have had a lot of more space to kind of do maybe a couple more history events, I did the bare minimum, not because I wanted to, not because I thought, oh, I'll just do 5. I had more, but I just didn't have space. And I wanted the image, and I wanted the words to be readable. I wanted it to be, understandable and not too much. I feel like even what I have there is too much, especially for this one. I feel like there's a lot of information compared to the other 4. So that's what I would have done differently. I would have just made every layout its own. Like I did that for almost everything else. But if anyone remembers, I didn't start that way because on the entertainment I had the recreation page together, and then when I seen it in front of like the class, it kind of just looked like a lot. So I changed it, but it took time to change it. And if I would have known that when I started, probably would have spent more time doing something else. But what I would tell other students is to write down what each tutorial, when we were doing like the InDesign tutorials and the Photoshop tutorials and stuff, I forgot a lot about what tutorial was what. So when I wanted to go back and look at something from, I don't know, like September or October, I was like, we did this one tutorial where we did this, and I can't remember what tutorial. So then I would have to go and look and try to find out which tutorial was what, and it was a pain to like look, because it's not like I'm gonna remember everything that we did. But I think that's what I would tell other people. And I also would just tell people to start as soon as you can. I mean, I started as soon as I could for most of my stuff, but I think one week I didn't, and I started it on Sunday night and it was due Tuesday. And like that's 2 days, like that's 2 days of good work, but I remember like I just felt more stressed out. So I like my advice is to start as soon as you can. Start as soon as you know you're doing a travel guide. Like if you want to travel to Peru, I mean, look up recreation before you even do the travel guide, because you could be like, I think all of us who, when we were making the pages, we also had to go Google the information at the same time. So I think that would be my advice. But this is my travel guide, so wait, I didn't show the back page. That's the last part, which I said in class I wanted something super simple, just another picture of mountains, because that's honestly what I'm trying to target, people who like to look at mountains, because I love mountains. I want to live in a cottage next to a big mountain so I could just look out the window. It's my dream. So that was my kind of overall push to like people who are trying to travel. So, yeah.